collage designs, working with film processes. Really, this is about color, but the medium is a computer film software. Just let this run out. This is Providence at night here. Okay. We use the city a lot. You'll see our classes out walking about. These are some panoramas, again, based on color and different kinds of light. Photographically depicting the city, pulling it together in different ways. Visiting Slater Mill, which is a local historic site, and then designing a board game based on that, based on the history and the ideas that were there. Working with a series of paintings. This is the same assignment as the one I just showed you, but a different interpretation. So you can see that the work can really vary based on the same kind of assignment. Here's another one. A project like this, a two-dimensional design project, where the students choose like an animal, and then they have to research the environment of that animal and pull everything together. So the work you see here on this wall is what went into create this piece right here. You don't just sit down and do these things. There's lots of steps of drawing, color study, research, and drawing more and figuring things out. Okay, microscopy. The Nature Lab has very, very high-end, really sophisticated microscopy. We got a great grant from the government to upgrade that, and there's, if you can have time to see that, we can project things up on big screens, and the students use that quite a bit. This is a book project based on the Watts riot of LA in 1965, and this particular student researched it. They had to choose a significant incident, and this is the book, and you can see the size of the lettering fluctuates according to the volatility of the riots on a particular day. Words from opposing sources here, the eyewitness reports versus the government reports, and how they were different from each other. This is a place where the liberal arts starts to come into the courses, and the research skills that they learn there are used in their studio courses, and just really creative, innovative ways to pull things together. This project is based on gender identity, and this girl in the class got a lot of her classmates to dress up in, I think it was really based on color, this assignment, but that's where this student took it. And so getting the same red dress on some females, some males, and just seeing what that's all about and seeing how that played out. Some more photography, manipulating photography to create certain identity. Now, here's an example of processing. We have a lot of our classes use processing. So rather than teaching the Adobe Suite, which students can really learn on their own, or teaching software, this teaches students how the computers work, how the software works. It gets them inside the guts of the computer. And so they learn to write the code. You see the code on the right. And then, let me see if I can play that again. The student is determining all the shapes, the colors, and the movement here by the code that they're writing. And the students pick up on this very quickly. Here's another one. Drawing. Again, the Nature Lab is a great resource for us for objects and things to draw. Lots of study of, again, with microscopes, looking at insects through microscopes, creating these great large, this is a 4 by 3 foot drawing, getting in there using different materials. This is an assignment from the students having to pile something up, and rather than thinking of it as still life, they go around and find different examples of piles of things, and then drawing the studies and drawing them with a specific light. But also mark making, a lot of just experimenting with process of drawing, putting marks down that aren't necessarily referring to observation. A lot of line drawings, spatial drawings, layers of drawings, layers of lines to create this space. This is an ink study of the city. This is the skylight in one of our drawing studios with great drawing studios, great facilities, and this very dramatic ceiling in one of them is an interesting thing for drawing. But looking at things abstractly, not just observing and copying what you see, but interpreting is a huge part of it. We do a lot of figure drawing and understanding that skeleton is important. If you understand the skeleton, you understand the way the figure moves better, the ideas of proportion, balance, gesture, and lots of self-portraits. Those are full size. And towards the end of the semester, like right now, students are starting in drawing classes to develop a series of drawings where they kind of draw the same thing over and over and over again, which doesn't sound very interesting, but that's when it really gets interesting. So this student started out with the one on the left, just looking out the window of the studio, then he started simplifying it, and just did these most elegant, beautiful ink wash drawings of geometric shapes that he saw in the architecture around him. But he never would have gotten to this point if he hadn't done the earlier studies. I have another example. These are all one student's work from that series of drawings. Here's a series from some bridges and just redrawing and finding the interesting layers and transparencies and abstractions. And this student started out drawing shoes, and, it's like, okay, well, what about the shoes? And she just kept drawing them, and started to use the medium much more, layer things, and develop her ideas, and got to these really beautiful, simple designs that you see on the left that she got out of those shoe drawings, but she never would have known that she was going to get there if she hadn't started out with those earlier drawings. So, I just want to say that like I said, we really begin the process of beginning to get you ready to approach really any art or design problem with confidence, and we hope to instill in our students the understanding that really searching and struggling for solutions is a really good thing. It's not just that bingo first thing that comes to your mind, but that really searching and searching. And this is the way that we think that you'll really learn and expand yourselves. So it's a very intense year. The students are very dedicated and very innovative, and the faculty love working with them, and it's a great year. So anyway, thank you very much, and we hope to see you all here in September.